I went to the editor and told her, I really want to do this. I have a lot of receipts, I have a lot of stories, I have a lot of sources who can back up the things that I'm saying. But my one stipulation, if you'll let me do this, is that I really, really don't want it to be edited by anyone heavily. My name is Lizarraga. I'm in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and I'm a journalist. So I was in college for business, but wasn't exactly passionate about business necessarily. I called my dad one day after a terrible test, economics, accounting, and he said, why don't you take a communications class or a public speaking class or something? Really good advice. And I decided to take a public speaking class, and I'm looking for the class, and there is a journalism school. I'm searching for where I'm supposed to go, and I open, this big studio door and see this on-air sign above my head and a green screen, the anchor desk, the cameras, the TD with his, headset on, and he turns around and he's like, "Oh my gosh, what is that? I want to do that." Hi, Bakersfield. Went to 9 News in Denver after being in Bakersfield for 2 years. So eager to learn. That is a station that has so many tenured journalists who have been in this profession for so long doing such good work. And that is still very true. I just realized that the issues that were really driving what we covered in our newsroom and the decision makers in that newsroom were by and large white. And we cared a lot more about white issues. At the end of the 2 years, I just felt like I was in a position where I could walk away and get a new job, because more than anything, I want communities to know that I wasn't leaving them. In the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of so much progress that we were making on such important stories and such important work, I didn't want them to think that I was just moving on. I'm really fortunate that Westward, the magazine and the local editorial, I'd really like it to be my words that come across in this piece. And Westward honored their commitment to me to let that be what was eventually published. It was really my words on the paper and online. The 1,500 words went a lot farther than I could have ever imagined. But the impact and one of the biggest outcomes has been that within 2 weeks of the piece coming out, Tegna, the media company that owns 9 News, changed its standard for immigration coverage to no longer permit the use of the word illegal when referring to undocumented immigrants. I think Latinos, seeing how I've been received, feel empowered now to speak up in ways and advocate for themselves and for their communities and their families in ways that they might not have had the guts to do unless they saw me do it.